Chief Alan Aldenberg is currently in Washington, D.C. at the National Law Enforcement Memorial for Police Week, otherwise he would be here. I'm going to give a quick overview and brief as to the non-fatal shooting incident that occurred here in Manchester this afternoon. At about 4:50 p.m., Manchester Police received numerous 911 calls regarding a shooting incident that occurred in the area of Ahern Street and O'Malley Street in the Elmwood Gardens section of Manchester. Officers immediately responded. They arrived within 2 minutes and immediately began giving life-saving medical care to those that were injured. The officers then secured the scene, making sure everyone was safe, and the investigation began. At this point in the investigation, we know that there are 4 victims. There are 2 female victims, 2 male victims, all of whom are in their 20s. They are all being treated at an area hospital and have non-life-threatening injuries. All are expected to survive. Currently, the investigation is active and ongoing. Our detectives are out there working. They'll be working into the night and into the foreseeable future until we arrest the perpetrators and bring them to justice. This incident occurred outside in the afternoon in broad daylight. There was a gathering going on in the area. There were many people who saw what happened, and we encourage anybody who saw anything to call the Manchester Police Department to report what they saw. They can call us at 603-668-8711 and ask for detectives. They can also provide anonymous tips online at manchestercrimeline.org and click on Submit a Tip, or they can call us anonymously at 603-624-4040. I cannot stress enough the importance of folks coming forward and helping us and telling us what they saw and what they know in this case is going to be vital, and we need the community to be involved in this one. As I said, detectives are actively working on this. They will continue to be working on this using everything that we have. Our patrol officers, I want to stress the great work that they did in responding to this quickly, saving lives, taking life-saving action on scene, the medical care they provided, and making sure it was made safe very quickly so that AMR and Manchester Fire could get in there and continue that care and get the victims to the hospital. So that's about all I can say right now, as it is an active investigation, but I can answer some questions. I'm not sure exactly what the gathering was. I had seen that on social media myself, but at this point I can't confirm that.
So police noted in the press release that this doesn't seem to be a random incident. Do you have any idea of who these suspects may be? Is there anything in particular that the public should be looking for?
At this point, all I can say is that we don't think it was random, but based on the way the investigation is going, I can't share any of those details right now.
Do you know roughly how many people were at this gathering?
I don't, but it was I believe it was over 15.
How many people are you looking for? Was it one person with a gun, two persons with one gun, 2 guns? Can you say?
What we know at this point is that there were 2 what was believed to be males wearing hooded sweatshirts that were seen fleeing the scene, and that's what we're looking for at this point.
Should the public be concerned to have, an incident like this happening where, there's a gathering, people are celebrating, and this happens in broad daylight where people are heavily armed and shooting at the public? I mean, are you concerned at all about this?
Extremely concerned, and the community should be concerned that this is going on as well. That's why we need the community to be involved. The community needs to, take a stance that this cannot happen here. Certainly, the Manchester Police is not going to let this happen here. But we need the community to help out with that. So it is very concerning, and we are concerned that happened, and we're going to be doing everything that we can to bring these perpetrators to justice.
Involved at all, or at this point is it all being handled by Manchester Police?
Everything right now is being handled by the Manchester Police.
Another question I have is originally there was a call for a gunshot wound victim at River's Edge. Is that connected with the Ahern Street shooting, or is that a separate shooting?
I believe that one is connected. What we know now is some of the victims were transported via private vehicle to area hospitals, and others were transported by AMR.
Okay, so there wasn't a shooting incident at River's Edge?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into what assets we have on this. I can tell you there are a lot of personnel working on this case right now. That's touching pretty much every division here in the police department.
Are you releasing a description of who you're looking for, or do you not have a defined description of the two people who were seen at the event?
We're letting our detectives follow up on all the leads that they have, and they're going to see those through. If they see fit and think it would be helpful for that information to be made public, we will do that.
I know that there were shell casings in a parking lot right near the corner, but I was also told some of the shooting happened inside the building. Can you just speak to, was it all on the street or was it a mixture?
That's all part of the investigation. I can't comment on that right now.
Are the victims related?
I don't know.
And our team spoke with a gentleman a couple blocks away on Vernon Street. He said he had a bullet through his window. Do you know if that was at all involved with this incident, or do you think it might be a completely separate incident?
Not sure at this point. All part of the investigation. Certainly the proximity is interesting, but we're looking into everything.
Do you know roughly how many